hope I'm not making you hungry.
It's like 2 time clocks, like.
Okay, we're back again. Please your attention for group number 11.
So welcome everyone, viewers at home. My name is Twan and I'm with the co-host of this Pescucha, Maurice. We're representing group 11 and our title of the Pescucha is Sustainability in Architecture and Urbanism. More explanation required. We start first with a true story about a couple who wants to build a sustainable earthship, so-called, and for the materials they used car tires to build it. However, for transportation of the car tires, they used a very old truck with a lot of carbon emissions. So, well, is this building still sustainable or not? The problem here is in the definition of sustainability, which is sometimes very vague. So we come up with a research question. What is the most comprehensive categorizations for the concept of sustainability in architecture and urbanism, and are all the approaches used in practical applications? First, as general approach to methodology, we came up with a framework. We searched for the most comprehensive categorization of the definition of sustainability. We did it with a literature review, and then we checked if this categorization was used in practical applications, and therefore we used the other methods. So as framework, we did a literature review, and we found an article of Guy and Farmer who designed six logics to define sustainability. These logics are ecotechnic, ecocentric, eco-aesthetic, eco-cultural, eco-medical, and eco-social, and I will explain them now. Ecotechnic logic stands for improving performances by using technology. The ecocentric logic focuses on harmony with nature, and the eco-aesthetic logic uses architecture as a solution. And then the next logic is eco-cultural, where location and culture are the focus points. The eco-medical logic aims on individual health, and eco-social logics says living in a community of freedom is sustainable. Then, to check if these logics were good enough, we used the next methods to check the single case study, comparative study, questionnaire in the interview, and I will explain them more in the next page. Well, the single case study and the comparative study are both mixed qualitative and quantitative methods. Single case study focuses mainly on one case, very detailed level, and the comparative study focuses on multiple cases and compares them, where there's a lot of information gained. And then the questionnaire is a quantitative method where large groups of people are asked to do a closed survey about their opinion about sustainability, and then the interview was open-ended interview, and there people were asked what their view was about sustainability. And then I will give Maurice the word.
Thank you, Twan. The comparative results, the thing we could see with the comparative results was the difference between the different skills. For example, a certain one specific house or the urbanism. But those differences kept a bit vague. So this is what we got to improve with the case study, and we really could investigate those real differences and what those differences are. Because we could investigate really into detail. For example, at the office building above, you see that the focus is more on the ecomedical logic, and at the high-rise buildings it's more about the ecotechnic logics that are used. The questionnaires that we were able to ask many different people with many different opinions, and so we were able to see differences between different cultures and different target points. But the information kept also not very specific and a bit vague, so that is what we could investigate with the interview, where we could ask one specific expert to their opinion, and then we could really get a result that's really into detail, and that could help us with our logics, and it's really specific and concrete answers. If we compare all the results referring to the 6 logics, we see that all the 6 logics are used, but not all of them are used as much. So you can see the ecotechnic and the ecocentric at the left are used the most, but for example the ecoaesthetic or the ecomedical aren't used that often. To come to the conclusion referring to the 6 logics, we see that they give a good base for that they give all the definition of sustainability, and so it gives a good starting point. But we see an opportunity to make the definitions of the logics more manageable, since they are not really clear and a bit vague. We had also some weaker points, and that's first, that the context is missing. That is something that we'll focus on later on. And we also think that it's a threat that it will change over time, all the 6 logics, so maybe there are new definitions needed. As I said, we think some context is missing. For example, the skill, is it focused on the architecture or urbanism? Also, the culture is not really involved in it, so is it from the Western Europe or from Africa with many different habits and cultures, and also the perspective, the point of view. So we think that the context could be involved, and the same is for the time. The fact that time has been mentioned quite a lot, but is not involved in the logics, so that's a thing that we could improve, in our opinion, and also the costs are not involved in the logics, but they are really important, we think. So to come back to the scenario that Twan gave, how could we improve the sustainability? We think by involving the context, that could lead to the transformation of transportation. If we can finish it off, we could say that sustainability in architecture and urbanism, no explanation required. Thank you for your attention.
I thought to be continued.
Yes. A true story with an open end, or a happy end, or okay, questions for group number 11? Nothing at all? Oh, sorry.
You had that page with a single building and then some skyscrapers, and you referred to it as the one being, you referred to 2 different logics. Why?
I think it was with the office building and the this one. Yeah, the first the building above is the office building. That is what we want to clear it up with that icon. And in the there is the focus on the health and the employees. So they for the productivity and absenteeism. So that's why the focus is there on the ecomedical part. But at the high-rise buildings, most of the time, it's about developing new techniques to improve sustainability and to make it more efficient. So that's the difference between those icons.
Just one small question. Where were this research mostly undertaken? Was it in Europe or in Asia?
From for example, questionnaires from all over the world.
Okay.
So then we got very much different definitions of sustainability or opinions on sustainability. So that was good in our opinion to compare them.
And that's why I think that the culture should be involved, so that you can that you can judge whether it's just from a specific culture or is it all universal. That's what we also want to recommend.
Okay, thank you.